read by the end of 2020. Aspirations, at least. I feel like I'm not going to actually get through all of them all. But...
Who's going first? Or are we doing like round robin? Like everyone does?
Let's do round robin. I'll go first because I have mine. Hold on.
I don't know.
I thought you were ready.
First of all, so I'm reading the second book of this series right now. It's called Magonia is the first one. And this one's called Airy. Isn't the cover kind of cool?
Cover's very cool.
Yeah. It's I like it, the series. The first one is about this girl who's like 16 and has always had this weird disorder. Like she can't breathe, like basically she's dying and no doctors can figure out why. And spoiler alert, it's because she's from a different world. And so she like fell off this ship that was in the sky and basically like pirates in the air. Think of that. And she got kidnapped and put into Earth, and so that's why she can't really breathe, because she's technically not supposed to be able to breathe our air. She's supposed to be in the atmosphere. And so then it's this whole big thing about her, like, is she going to survive? Is she going to go back up there? She does go back up and lives on the ship. And then this is the second one, which I'm only a chapter into, so I don't really know what it's about yet.
That's awesome.
But my goal is to finish it by the end of the year.
Cool.
It's cool because I can't tell you how it ends. Is that what you asked?
No, you can't. Or is this like, are we doing spoilers or no spoilers?
I feel like I just gave away some spoilers. But
I feel like that was the whole book.
Yeah. It is like a really interesting book in the sense of like it has a lot of things incorporated into the story plot that I wouldn't have even thought of, like imagination wise. I'm kind of like, whoa, how did they even think to do that? I'll give you another spoiler. They have like the people in the sky have like birds in their chests that sing, and they like open up their rib cage and like a bird will fly out. It's kind of creepy.
What does that mean if your bird flies out?
So it's kind of like parabatai. Actually, I guess Liz might be the only one who knows that. So they're like linked from Shadowhunters.
Okay.
Clockwork Angel. Anyways, they're like linked. Like you only pair with like one bird.
Oh, okay. Like Avatar.
Yeah, like Avatar.
So your bird can come back and you open your chest back up and it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't want
if your bird dies. If your bird dies, do you?
That is no good. If your bird dies. It happened, and it sounds really fucking sad.
Wow.
There you go. You should read it.
I'm really depressed now.
I know.
Because your bird, how do you know if your bird dies? Like, it could fly anywhere and be dead for 3 days, and you're thinking it's just on vacation.
Well, I don't think they go far from the ship.
Oh, that's right. Sky Pirates. I forgot about that part.
I would never let my bird leave my chest then, if you don't want them to die.
Yeah.
It's not good. I'll tell you that.
Okay, why would you let...
Depressing.
Why would you let a bird out? Like, what is the reason that would happen?
Well, your bird goes out frequently. Like, it comes in and out. It's not like it's kept in here forever.
Oh, okay.
But I'll tell you, though, you guys would like the most is the main girl's, like, best friend on the ground. He is this, like, super, like, very dry humor, sarcastic, and, like, he always has these random fun facts he throws in throughout the book. And so I always like that.
That sounds awesome.
Cool.
Liz loves fun facts.
Fun facts all the time.
Okay, Liz, I'll go to you. You're next.
So I'll do this one because it's related to book club. Queen of Nothing. This is the third one in the Cruel Prince books. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to finish that before the end of the year. I actually want to finish this one this week because the fourth and final one comes out Tuesday and I pre-ordered it. So it'll be here on Tuesday. Really excited. Also, this book came into...
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like a collection of short stories, like the last Red Queen one. It's not like a continuation of the story. But I was so looking forward to this book, actually, that Brian worked from home today, and I haven't checked the mail like 3 times to let me know if it was in. So.
I looked at it on Amazon.
I like if we. So I feel like. So do I need to say what the series is about, or do we just assume that they Like,
Well, they can go watch our Cruel Prince review.
We'll
Yeah.
link a video
Link
in the
in
space
bio.
down below.
Oh, can I also, for Kelly though, I need to say, I read this so after Cruel Prince is Wicked King, and I hate Taryn even more. Like, you wouldn't think it was possible, but I hate Taryn more. So
Honestly, my opinion of Taryn, you can't make that good girl, or that good girl good. Like, no matter how many books you write, there's no way you can undo the fact that she is a twin, and there was no acknowledgement of her having a sibling or like, you just don't come back from that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't happen. So she sucks.
she pretends to be her twin Jude in the second book and does something horrible. Yeah. And so I want to know what happens in this one.
I can't say I'm all that surprised. However, I am surprised that she like made any sort of effort, because I feel like the entire book she was just there, kind of like shitty furniture. Like, she just like kind of sat in the background and was like the hype girl, but not good at it.
Very true.
So
Good description.
yeah,
Maybe she'll die in this one. I'll let you know.
Liz, don't get our hopes up like that.
In my head, she's already dead.
So. I love it when characters who deserve to die actually die. So I will let you know.
Good.
Okay.
It's popcorn. You have to pick something.
What, Andrea?
Okay. So I am halfway through the Odyssey right now, and I'm going to try to finish that, as well as the Roald Dahl books. So I really want to read the ones that have movies, but I'm going to just read them all. I try to finish it by the end of the year. Not 100% sure.
How many are there?
Looks like there's about 10. But they're like super, so I started one yesterday. I read 8 chapters in like 30 minutes. So that will give you like, they're really short, like really big words. They're written for kids. They're actually, I would say, so the first one I started was James and the Giant.
Cool.
And I would say it's written really well. Just the chapters are short and the words are like, I think it's more well written than Hatchet.
That's interesting.
I thought Hatchet was very juvenile, but this guy, he writes really good. They're just short stories, in my opinion.
Would you say that they're still true to like children's stories versus like when I read Peter Pan, the original, I was like, well, I don't know if this is actually written for young children.
I would say they are written for young children. But they're just, his writing style is more advanced, I would say, than, I don't know, I really enjoy his writing style.
Do you like the Odyssey?
I do. I love the Odyssey. So I read the Illiad before.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a little bit more difficult to read. And so the Illiad was written by, or translated, I should say, by Robert Fagles. And it was hard to read. And it was like every person who died, and this is a war, they describe who they died, who were their parents, where they came from. Oh my God. And like so many people are dying. And it's like, what just happened? And I got a little lost in the characters. The Odyssey is so good. It's actually written or translated by a different person. And I found out recently that this person is also translating the Illiad. So I might read the Illiad again when she translates it. The Odyssey is so good.
Isn't that kind of good?
Andrea,
to translate it differently? Like,
yeah.
Shouldn't that be the same?
I don't know. Like, I feel like you can use different or like different adjectives. Like the first Iliad I read, when I read it, he always seemed to use the same adjectives and the same thing. And then the Odyssey, she definitely uses, it's just easier to read. It flows better. She doesn't say, it's not repetitive. Like I felt like the Iliad was pretty repetitive in speech, whereas the Odyssey is not.
I read the Odyssey in high school and I really liked it. I feel like I should reread it though as an adult, but even at that age, I thought it was like a bunch of little adventures.
It is, yeah. So it's basically Odysseus's travels home from the war which happened in the Iliad. So the Iliad is the war, and then the Odyssey is his trip home.
Oh, I never knew
I
that.
watched
That.
I watched the Wishbone episode on that.
Oh, I love Wishbone. Rainbow.
Liz, you're giving away your age right now.
I know, I'm so old.
I
No,
think you're 20.
I like legit remember that.
That's why
I legit remember that Wishbone episode though. It's a good one on the Odyssey.
With Wishbone on the trail. Come on, Wishbone.
Why didn't they have you do the intro?
Because that's all. I only remember like 8 words to the song. The other ones I just hum. I'm like,
I just remember he dressed up in little outfits too, with each he talked about.
You're also, Andrea, the only person I know who is going to read the Iliad twice. Iliad.
Illiad? I don't really know how you say it. But I really like the translation of the Odyssey by this girl, and she just started translating it. So I'm like, I'm totally going to reread the Illiad. Because I liked her way better than the first translation.
You'll have to let us know how the second translation goes.
Yeah. They said that you had to read the Illiad to read the Odyssey, or you'd be confused, but I don't think that's true. I mean, you might just not know who people are at the beginning. But. So Kelly, outside books that aren't in book club.
Whoa, Liz. No.
Sorry, my phone said like 20% battery. Blacked out.
Let's hear.
I am a little different from the rest of you, I guess. I'm just trying to make it through book club at the same rate as everybody else. I am not capable of reading more than one book at a time. I have lots of little books that Raleigh got for his birthday that we're hoping to make it through, but most of the time Raleigh gets to read whatever book we're reading. So,
What does he think of The Light We Cannot See?
well, I try and censor it because like the sad parts or whatever, I don't read those parts. So sometimes he like just gets words like blanks filled in, but he'll sit there for a while and listen to it, and then
is Raleigh learning a lot about how the Nazis invaded France?
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't censor very well, but I figure he won't say the word Nazi or anything anytime soon, right?
You hope not.
I really
What if
hope
that's
not.
like one of his first words?
Nazi.
So far, it's thank you and oh geez.
That's
Does
cute.
he have any favorite books though?
There's what's that book he always brings me? There's a Mickey Mouse book, and it's like it has buttons that you push and they sing a tune. I don't really read it to him because it's like a songbook, and it's like the words are different, but it's to the tune of like Mary Had a Little Lamb, but they change the words and they don't rhyme at all. Like I don't know, it's not a very good book, but he just likes Daisy. So he likes when I flip through and I point and tell him who they are.
Oh,
And he just likes Daisy. So
that's cute.
and then there's a dinosaur book, something about petting a dinosaur. Like don't do it, basically.
Is it a tactile book?
Yeah.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, so he likes to go through that and stuff, but that's about it. I honestly, I don't think I could read. I don't think I have the time to read 2 books at once. I feel like I'm always pushing it with book club as it is. And I just don't think I could keep 2 books straight in my head, especially if they were anywhere similar.
I would say that is a true thing. They have to be different. Like I read Narnia and the Odyssey, and I was like, wait, what's happening?
Oh, those 2 would be hard.
The stories kind of flow together a little bit.
I guess I'm hoping that by the end of the year, that's not going to happen. Never mind. Well, I'm hoping that the next book I read, whether this is the first time I read 2 books at once or not, is Roberto's side of the plane crash.
I thought you were picking that for your book next.
I am, but I don't know that we're going to be done by the end of the year.
Well, you have to wait then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You don't get started early.
I'm saying I don't think we'll be done by the end of the year, but it might be the first. Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. Never mind. So it won't be the first book I read. 2 books at one time.
Oh, you have to read that and another book to get more than one.
Yeah. And that's not going to happen.
Do you want a list? I have a list on Amazon.
I do too.
I have a list sitting here, and then somebody asked me to read and like share my thoughts on this one book, but I get the feeling I don't really want to read it because they gave me like a synopsis and they just wanted to know like my opinion on it and stuff. I don't think I want to read it though because I get the feeling I'm going to be very frustrated. It's like about a single mom and impact of COVID and all this stuff, and I'm like,
Oh, current
and
book.
moving, and I was just like, I get the feeling I'll be frustrated, but maybe if I get some time I'll do it. But
I have some children's books on my list, Kelly. You could read them, probably.
you guys, I'm barely making it to the scheduled book club things. Like barely.
Cut down the pages. We can reduce the amount of pages.
No, I'm doing okay. Like I've made it every time almost every time.
Kelly, we have other books to read if you need us to slow
I was
down.
going to
No, I don't want to be the one that they're like, we had to slow down for Kelly. She's special. She can't handle 2 books or let alone 1 book. So no, I'm going to leave it. I'll do fine. I'll get through it.
I always read, book club book, and then one fun book that I showed you. And then I also read like a personal development book, which I know you guys are going to make fun of me for, but I thought I'd bring it anyway. Because I know none of you guys do this, but you probably can't read it backwards. It's called You're Badass at Making Money. And primarily I got this because I read the first book by her, Jen Sincero, and it's called something else that I'm blanking on, but it was really good. And it helps keep them all straight because you guys would obviously never pick a personal development book for a book club. But then it's like I start off the morning with book club, like a fun book, and then after I'm done reading those chapters, I switch over to like personal development. That would be like more beneficial for work, just since I switched kind of careers. And so I read like about marketing and like how to talk to different people and things like that.
That's awesome.
Is this other book like from the Rogue Book Club that the boys started?
No, but I do read some of the books that they're reading in there. The one that they're reading right now is it's the second to Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and I read the first one, that one, which was pretty good. I would say this girl's first book was better than that, which is with like insights and really thinking about like why you do the things that you do, and like how a lot of it stems back to your childhood and like the beliefs that you were raised upon, and like how you need to think for yourself versus like thinking really hard about like, do I feel this way because my parents felt this way, or is it because I truly do? And so they are interesting, like thought-provoking.
I read part of both of those books that the knockoffs are reading.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're written by the same guy. I liked the first one better. The second one is kind of like, I don't want to say morbid or dark, but like a little bit depressing. It's like, well, I knew all that and I've had those thoughts before, but you don't say it out loud. You don't tell people.
That's interesting. I'm gonna
read. I'm like, that's something you like talk about, like, but you don't publish it in a book because some people are just gonna be devastated by that news. But he's a little bit depressing in some aspects.
he's got to be quite blunt to have the word fuck in all of his, book titles. I feel like if you see that title, and then you just kind of know that the book does not tread lightly.
I guess that's the word. It's not that he's wrong or anything, or he's even mean about it, but yeah, he just doesn't hold back. And I'm like, okay, because all the sensitive people are gonna be like crying in their showers with their clothes on. Liz is muted or something.
I said, you mean he doesn't give a fuck? Isn't
Exactly.
that... Okay.
But he's
sorry.
not subtle about it.
Okay. I have 3 more books.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if you have time for that, Liz.
Sorry, I'll do it real quick. A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. I don't really know what this is supposed to be about, but I've been wanting to read it forever. And I knew it was at home at our parents' house, and Courtney searched through all the bins in the basement and got it for me. So I'm going to read it. The other one, real quick. Gaff Goddess? I think you say Gaff. This is really interesting. I saw, it's random, but it's all about like owning your home and what to do, and like knowing, it's like a cheat guide for like owning your own home and what to fix and what to keep up and like what to check. It's my understanding. I've only read like a couple pages, and then like how to like, what to spend money on and what to not spend money on around the house. I don't know. Sounds interesting. So I'm gonna read that one. And the last one is an Andrea recommendation. Even though she recommended Little Fires Everywhere,
I know.
I am still going to try this one. And it doesn't have a dust jacket because I hate dust jackets, but
Ew.
it's The Haunted Mesa by Louis L'Amour. L'Amour? L'Amour?
Louis L'Amour.
Louis L'Amour. I don't know.
It's
But
French.
it's a mystery, right?
Yeah.
And Grandpa read all his books. And Andrea
Yes.
loves them too. And
Yeah,
I like both those people.
I have all of them that Grandpa had. That one was definitely my favorite. It's a Western, like a mystery Western, I guess you would say. It's really good. That was the best one of the collection, I thought.
I'm excited.
No way do you read all those by the end of the year. We're going to do a follow-up video just to prove that you're not going to get through all those.
Matt, Thanksgiving's coming up. Christmas is coming up. This is like all reading time. We can't even go outside. It's COVID.
Very true.
I have like 3 weeks off before the end of the year. Like,
I think it's fair to say that I will be the only one that hits their goal. Just trying to
Race is on.
I think Andrea is actually gonna have a harder time getting through her readings than me, because your books are like harder and longer and more intense, I think.
The kids' books?
No, I mean like the Illiad, not Roald Dahl.
No, I mean, I don't think she's going to finish writing the Illiad this year, but I do want to finish the Odyssey and all the Roald Dahl books and watch the movies that go with them.
Well, there you have it. Everything we're going to try and read by the end of the year, but probably we won't. But we're going to try.
We should do like a 5-minute follow-up.
We should, of what we actually accomplished. All right. Well, it's been fun.
It's been real. See ya.
It hasn't been real fun.